off with Tuesday's front pages with the Times. Josh, you've got this?
Yes, Tories divided over new definition of extremism. And this is basically the government getting itself into a bit of a twist because the problem with when you cut down these laws, and these are necessary, and we'll get to it, but the people are afraid that other groups might be bought into these definitions.
How are they just defining extremism?
Well, this is the problem here. The promotion or advancement of an ideology based on intolerance, hatred or violence that aims to undermine the rights or freedoms of others. So they're saying that maybe people like me and you, or and yourself, who are gender critical, that could be seen as being undermining the rights of trans people. Or so.
Well, it's not, of course.
No, it's not. But the point is, but let's just be real here. They're trying to deal with the Islamist extremists.
You said the word, Josh.
I know.
You're not meant to say the word. They don't say it in Parliament. So why did you say it?
That might be the easiest way to deal with it. That is the problem at the moment. That's who 90% of
But then, if you just define it as people who've got beards and are angry, you're going to get roped into that definition as well.
I think it's a price worth paying.
Yeah, Leah, what do you think about this? I mean, they're saying that if you define it in these terms, that any group that might potentially undermine the rights of any other group, well, lots of groups and lobby groups are in conflict over rights. So doesn't this rope in or potentially rope in all sorts of people? Yeah,
absolutely. It's a real problem. And I mean, the second part of the sort of definition says it would include to seek those who seek to undermine or overturn the UK's liberal system of democracy and democratic rights. That seems like a better definition of extremism because, you know, as Miriam Cates, who's a Tory MP, points out, she says if extremist views are illegal, then the person who defines extremism can define what's allowed to be said and, you know, what the sort of the range of accepted political discourse is. And in the Guardian, they say that the Tory party is the only extremist or the real threat to democracy through extremism. They see no problem at all with Islamists threatening Jews or firebombing MPs' offices.
I mean, I think they would argue that they do, in fact, see a problem with that. But nevertheless...
But yet they lead with a Tory party that stokes hatred is the real threat to our democracy.
It's absolutely true that there are certain people on the left who would describe the Tory party as an extremist party. Some have even described it as a far-right party. It's the same problem with hate speech laws. You know, if you have something as nebulous as hatred on the statute books and no one can agree on the definition, it's going to be exploited in later years.
Basically, the problem is that the danger is throwing the baby out with the Islamists.
I can't believe... Josh, you've said
that
word
yesterday and it didn't get a response. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Josh, you keep saying this word Islamist. Haven't you seen Frankie Boyle's tweet saying you mustn't say the word Islamist because if you say it, it means you're just a raging racist,
We have to talk about what the problem is. And until we can't talk about it, then this is why we're getting this, like, our knickers in a twist.
Spoken like a true
And it's also very interesting that in 1979, the leftists, the Marxists and socialists marched shoulder to shoulder with the Islamists to overthrow the Shah, just as they're doing in London at the moment.
And what happened to them, Leo?
We're still waiting for the workshops for queer youth to be set up in Iran.
Oh, they're getting there. There's a lot of paperwork to get through, to be fair, so it's difficult.